So, yesterday we talked about the different types of maps. Today we're going to talk about the different parts of maps, okay? So, we talked about types of maps like resource maps that show natural resources, which might help a business person or someone else, a scientist, figure out what materials they might find in a region. We also looked at climate maps that show what the weather patterns are like in certain areas, which would be helpful for a farmer who's trying to grow plants in different areas. And so today we're going to look at map parts. I know you looked at the map parts earlier because that's how you figured out some of your types of maps, but we're going to look more closely. So today you will learn to identify the parts of a map and use them to get information from a map. Let's look at what we mean. A title should show type and region. Now look at this. January average max temperature. Now I know what type it is. It must be a climate map because it's showing me the temperature, but they left out the region. A good title should show me the region. Just yeah, put it in there. Good. Of the United States. That is the United States. What would you title this map? What would you title this map? I want to draw your attention to some of the other information that you might be able to find, which is exactly our next area of the map, is the key. It's not always labeled the key. Sometimes it's even called the legend, but it will explain the symbols. And sometimes your colors are symbols that show what information you can find in different areas. Okay? In this map, you can see where people are. Okay? People, another word for that would be population. So this, of course, is a population map. The key will explain the symbols that the lighter colors, less population. My guess is the cold weather up here in the north. And then the darker colors, the heavier population. Use the key to title the map. Again, not labeled as a key, but still gives you your information. What should the key include? This is a very simple map of South America. What would a key, if they had the decency to include one, what would it say? Now we're going to talk about distance scale. Distance scale is this area down here. Distance scale is complicated, guys, but we're going to get through this, all right? So distance scale is a little tricky because it shows you how far away places are. And you don't have a ruler all the time to measure, okay, this far means 500 miles, and I can lay that anywhere on my map and know how wide the Great Lakes are. Or I can know how wide the entire United States are because this is separate and it doesn't move. Well, you have to compare it to something that does move. I wanted to use this map, by the way, but they don't have any sort of information, so we can't do anything. Back to our distance scale. Get something that moves, like your finger. I see that one finger is a little less than 250 miles. 3 fingers is about 500 miles. Now, if I know that 3 of my fingers is the width of 500 miles on this map, then I can start getting information. So, for instance, how far is it from California to Texas? About 3 fingers, which I know is 500 miles. All right, I think that should help you with distance key. You're going to have to find some way to measure that distance key at the bottom and then move that measurement around your map, okay? There are other ideas. If you have a slip of paper, you can make little marks. It's not going to do any good without your marks. You can't just guess how long the paper is, okay? But you're going to have to do your best. You may not even have paper. So the back side of your worksheet is all distance scale stuff. You can't really be exact with this type of measurement, so you won't have to. And I'm interested to see how you do. Good luck and goodbye.